Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Very Biased Opinions coverage of the League One playoffs. The second match has just finished, so we are ready for the second legs. We are going to look at Sunderland versus Lincoln City.
Right, shut up, Thomas. Shut up. I don't want to hear a word from you. I'm covering this game. I don't want to talk about anything about Oxford United. I didn't even want to do this video, but you made me do it under extreme duress, almost held at gunpoint to make me do it. So I don't want to talk about those useless bunch of clowns that I follow after they let me down, let us all down, let the whole of Oxfordshire down. I want to turn to a former manager, a man that brought glory and prestige back to Oxford United, Michael Appleton, who I'm pretty sure was the manager when Oxford won the League Cup in '86. A proud dynasty he leads. And I want to talk about his Lincoln City side because I'm sick of talking about Carl Robinson, that stupid bloody Scouser with his smug grin, talking about pride. Where was the pride saying that we matched them? We lost 3-0, Carl, but I'm over it, I promise you. Right, Lincoln City versus Sunderland. I saw similarities in the game against Oxford United, Tom. Lincoln won this game by 2-0, so Sunderland faced a mountain to climb in the second leg despite being at home with all the fans at the Stadium of Light cheering them on. A case of Sunderland being wasteful and missing their chances and Lincoln taking their chances, but they were also offered some superb gifts, particularly for the second goal. For the first half was nothing to really talk about. The only thing was Lincoln hit the bar or hit the post. I forget which one it was, but it was a very, very tight and cagey game. Second half was a lot more open. Sunderland were on top, and then Lincoln sort of scored against the run of play, and it was after Sunderland actually hit the bar and the post in quick succession, very, very, very quick succession. Hopper got the goal, poor defending. Lincoln were able to keep the ball alive from the first attack by Grant, and his bobbly little shot just went all the way across the goal, and there were two Lincoln players at the back post to tuck it in. Then it was Lincoln just went into very, very cagey mode. They didn't need to force the game. They didn't need to push the game. And Sunderland were the ones huffing and puffing. And Lincoln got the second goal, and it was a horror show for goalkeeper Burge, who's slightly underhit back pass, but he took too long on the ball, dwindled on it, and he allowed Johnson, who was the guy who hit the post in the first half, or the bar, I forget which one, and to literally just close him down, get the tackle and tap it into an empty net. Sinselbank going crazy. I could hear the shouts from here. I could hear the smoke bombs they set off, or see them from here. And all in all, it just reminded me, of the Oxford-Blackpool game, of just one side being very, very clinical and very professional, one side being a bit sloppy and wasteful. But also, you have to comment on a tale of two goalkeepers, as bad as Sunderland's keeper was for that second goal. Burski is the absolute hero for Lincoln City, the guy that's come in from emergency loan from Peterborough. So he's making his debut. He barely doesn't know any of the players. He made a wonder save in that second half to keep Sunderland out when it was... I forget the player who hit the post for Sunderland, but it looked like it was going in for all the world, and he's produced an absolute worldie and had a fine game, a wonderful game for a debut goalkeeper, and he'll go down as a bit of a Lincoln hero, I'm sure, after that. But the only thing I'm going to throw to you before predictions, Tom, is what do you think impact the crowd will have on this game?
I think that if Sunderland get an early goal, it could have a really big effect on kind of rousing them and giving them that adrenaline shot and making it really awkward for Lincoln City. Equally, and Sunderland fans, this isn't a dig at you. If it's 0-0 at half-time or Lincoln have a lead, I can't see it helping Sunderland. I can see their fans getting really pissed off at a failure here, and rightly so. I'm backing you 100%. Make it pressure.
That pressure could reverse onto the players, and again, it's nothing that Sunderland fans haven't seen time and time again of them get into a good position in the league, get into a good position where you could get promotion, and then the players just balls it up. And today they weren't terrible, but you would expect more from a Sunderland side, I would say. So without further ado, we've glossed over this one far enough. What do you think, Thomas, is going to be the score prediction, and who ultimately will go through to the final?
Sunderland fans, I'm sorry. I think you're going to win 2-1, and you're going to fail to make it to the League One playoff final.
I also am going to be backing Lincoln City. I think they're in too strong a position. I think they don't need to press the game, and that is firmly in their favour there, and they're quite happy to just pick Sunderland off, I would think. And I think it's going to be a 1-1 draw. Boring, I know, as that's what I picked from the first day, but a 1-1 draw for me, and so also Lincoln City go through to the final.
Before we move any further with this, I'd like to please give a shout out to our Patreon supporters who've been with us for most of the season since we opened it. Thank you to PJ Simpson, Matthew Bowden, Robert Allen, and Grandstand Betters. If you guys are interested in supporting the channel, the details are on the screen. They're down below. We start Patreon tiers as low as £3, and it's really supportive to us. Equally, if you don't have the money or you just don't like us that much, please smash the thumbs up or the thumbs down, and definitely hit subscribe if you want to hear more great content from us. Means the world to have you guys on here, and obviously please put your predictions below. But now we move on. Blackpool FC versus Oxford United.
No, I'm not doing it. You're going to have to talk about this one. I'm not doing it.
Right, fine. If you guys want to see an in-depth review of this, please look up in the top corner. It's there. We did a review right after the game, but this was a bit like the Lincoln versus Sunderland match. One side very professional and one side extremely sloppy. Oxford put in a pretty decent performance in this game. They had their chances to score. They didn't take them. Two sloppy defensive errors. The first by Josh Ruffles attempting to backfield the ball with his left foot clear off a free kick from 40 yards out, and instead he just plays it to the back post, and obviously no Oxford player decided to mark their man. It's a tap in on the far post, and it was a party from the Blackpool players. There are about 4 of them open on the back post. Turton gets his first goal since 2019. Second goal, somehow Atkinson, one of the best ball defending players in the league, has the ball chipped over him by Sims, and then Sims just rockets a shot, comes off his foot, it goes in, goalkeeper no chance. It's 2-0, and the tie's over. And second half, you say Oxford have to come out, they have to score, and what do they get within 10 minutes? They get Jeremiah Sykes played in one-on-one with the goalkeeper, and he almost closes his eyes and shins it directly at him from 10 yards out. And then 5 minutes later, Henry tap in from 12 yards out. He's just got to hit the target and manages to sky it. And at that point, you knew it would happen. 10, 15 minutes after that, Blackpool slice open Oxford again. They drive up the pitch. Somehow Yates turns Atkinson inside out again, which is just the middle. The middle of the pitch is what you're defending. How are you letting him get inside on you? With his left foot, plays in Sims. It's a one-touch finish. It's 3-0. The tie's over. Oxford really didn't offer a huge amount after that. Barker was sensational. Sykes, outside of his miss, had a really good game. But as we've already said, Blackpool deserve all the credit, and they go into this game knowing they've got to defend a 3-0 lead, and the odds really are with them to win this tie. Ian, what do Oxford have to do to go through the final now?
I will gladly answer that question, Tom, but although that result was very, very tough to take for me, and somewhat tough to take for a Chicago Fire fan like yourself, there was one guy in our very biased opinionsville, I like that word now, that was delighted by it, and that is friend of the channel. He sent his video in again, or is he a frenemy? Frenemy for this game? Frenemy. He will be going to Bloomfield Road. It is Matt, our Tangerine Man, sending in his thoughts and predictions for the second leg.
Sims is the runner, and Sims gets there and scores!
Oh, sorry, lads, you just caught me rewatching the first leg. But anyway, predictions for the second leg. Okay, let's face it, you've got a mountain to climb, and we are Blackpool, so you never know, but I'm pretty sure you're not going to be able to pull it back, otherwise, or I hope so at least. I actually do think you'll score first, controversially. I think we'll get an early goal and it'll be like, oh, is it on? And then we will score another one and that'll kill the tie, and then I think we'll win 2-1. I think with all the fans there, you know, although it didn't really work for you, but with all the fans there, just with our 3-goal advantage, I don't see any way for Oxford to pull it back, but you never know with Blackpool after all. Goal scorers, I have no idea. Ellis Sims probably get another 2. He's probably high on confidence right now. And for you, let's say Brandon Barker. He looks like a cracking player, I have to say, but yeah, that's my prediction. Good luck, but unfortunately, it looks like we've done it. Actually, I shouldn't have said that, but you know, I probably jinxed it. Up the pool.
Matt, I think the most confusing thing here is that after 3 straight games of Oxford being completely unable to score against Blackpool, you think Blackpool, back at home with fans, are going to concede, but what do I know? I'm not a Blackpool supporter.
Well, I think they're just trying to like temper expectations, Tom, a little bit before after 10 minutes they realise that this game's in the bag and they can get the open top bus out around the city or town, whichever. And what do Oxford have to do to win it? It's such a tall order, isn't it? The obvious answer is they need to go out and attack and get an early goal. But that is the ideal situation. I think they just have to look at it as try and like break it down bit by bit, even if it's still nil with like 20 minutes to go. You've still got to think you've got a chance. They just got to kind of like chip it away, get a goal, see where they are, try and get a second, try and get a third. I think if they try and go too gung-ho too early, they're just going to be picked off and they're going to be 2-0 down after 20 minutes again. So I don't know, give it a smash for 10, 15 minutes, try and get that goal and then sit in the game for a bit, give it another go in the second half. And then you really do have to throw caution to the wind at some point in the second half. But it's an absolute mountain to climb. Oxford won't play anything else because they can't play any way differently, which means that you're always going to be running the tightrope of being picked off defensively from how good Blackpool are and how clinical they are. And the thing is as well is I don't just see Oxford having to score 3 goals in this game. They may have to score 4, they may have to score 5. So it makes the task even harder. And it doesn't look like we're going to do it. But I'm not going to show any weakness, but I will throw it back over to you, Tom, and you can explain why we're not doing a live stream before you give your prediction.
We are unfortunately not doing a live stream as I am traveling up to Glasgow at the time and Ian has work commitments. So between the two of us, neither of us can actually make it. Obviously, if for any reason, if Oxford look like they might be doing it, we can't guarantee one of us won't just jump on a live stream and be like, oh my God, it's everyone else watching this. But it's almost certainly not happening. I do apologize for that. Because I know that Ian won't show weakness, I, as a not Oxford United diehard fan, I do not bleed yellow. I'm pretty sure I bleed red, but it might be blue. I'm never quite sure. Red, white, and blue even. I think Blackpool are going to win this 2-0.
Not a chance, Thomas. Not a chance. Roll your sleeves up, Oxford fans. We've got work to do. We've got a job to do. We are the comeback kings of League One, and it's time that we show it once again when we really need it. It's a tall order. It's a big ask. But if anyone can do it, Oxford United can do it, Thomas. I am going to go for a huge score here. I'm not going to show any weakness whatsoever. It is going to be Oxford United 4, Blackpool 1. Oxford to win on penalties. Take that, Blackpool fans. Is it going to happen? Sure, why not?
I mean, never show weakness on the channel, Ian.
Look, we're an Oxford United focused channel. I have to play on the hope that we have a slim sliver of a prayer of a chance.
I mean, and also, it was only a week ago that everyone was just happy Oxford had made the playoffs. So let's keep that good feeling going.
Yes, Carl Robinson will remind you of that fact.
I don't want to talk about him. I don't want to talk about him at all. That's delusional. Anyway, look, thank you all for watching. Thank you for those of you who subscribed. If you haven't subscribed, please do. Please smash the like button. Let us know your predictions down below. We will maybe be doing a post-match. I don't know. Hopefully Ian will.
I'll do some sort of post-match.
But we really do appreciate all the support you guys have shown us this season. We will be back next year, no matter what, with Oxford United predictions, and maybe we'll be in the playoff final later on. But odds are slim on that. Ian, anything you'd like to say before we go?
No, just want to say that I've always preferred League One to the Championship.